pretty mid. If you don't know what Murder Drones is, it's a show about robots. Some robots are called worker drones, other ones are called murder drones. The worker drones live in bunkers to stay safe from the murder drones, while the murder drones try to kill them. And yeah, that's all you need to know. Upon my first viewing, I was like, man, bro, this show is so amazing. I mean, horror, action, and comedy, my 3 favorite genres. But then when I watched Walker react to it, aka the GOAT of reaction channels, and also rewatched it myself, I realized, yeah, this show's kind of mid. My most major gripe with this show is the fact that this show will have a serious ass scene and just follow it up with a joke.
2 seconds later.
What did I say about antagonizing her?
Ugh, you always take her side.
This completely takes me out of the mood. Keep in mind, this was right before they had this big emotional moment that I was supposed to take seriously after this corny ass joke. Like, y'all gonna show this scene where everybody dies and then just crack a joke over it. Like, how am I supposed to take this show serious? Even worse is that this is supposed to be a show that makes you feel bad for the worker drones getting gruesomely murdered. But as a robot, keep in mind, by episode 4, I stopped giving a shit. Despite murder drones being these big oppressors, robots in this show don't even take murder seriously.
So, my friend wants to know if you killed her family and are single.
And it's not like jokes about death can't work. Don't get me wrong. However, it can't work in this show specifically because this show is supposed to make us feel bad about the drones when most of the time they don't even care nor value their lives that much. Imagine if in Attack on Titan, randomly, all the people are like, hey boys, time to do an epic backflip off the wall and whoever can stand in the Titan's mouth wins. Whoop. Yeah, it would really ruin the immersion. Or at the bare minimum, are really stupid.
Tim, care to join me?
Join you, standing eerily still over there in suspiciously low resolution?
Yes?
Alright.
I don't even care if the main characters die. One, assuming if I did, I wouldn't even be scared that they were gonna die. Because for some reason, these big bad murder drones like to kill their victims extremely quickly and or at the bare minimum, physically torture them. But when they come up to a character of the slightest bit importance, they all of a sudden just move really slowly. Also, scars in this show or physical damage don't tend to actually stick for very long. I mean, like, look at this shot. Uzi clearly got stabbed, but then they completely forgot about her getting stabbed in the next shot. When we're talking about characters, most of the characters suck balls. Main 3, for example. N. Okay, actually, I like N, which, you know what, actually does make a ton of sense because my favorite character from their other glitch show is Jax, and they're apparently voiced by the same guy. And as for V, her character in the story kind of confuses me.
Bro,
I'm not saying that anti-heroes can't work, but she's not really an anti-hero. And you might be like, oh, well, she's grown. Not from my perspective. I have not seen an ounce of character development. Hey, yo, I'm about to drop a spoiler. Skip to this time frame if you don't want to hear the spoiler. Which made her sacrificing herself, again, spoilers, in episode 6 feel like it was out of nowhere. They just wanted to kick us in the balls for no reason. However, because it felt so out of nowhere, my balls were not in pain at all. When just 2 episodes, she was more than willing to shoot somebody in the head if they didn't listen to her. And finally, Uzi. I do not like Uzi. First off, we have another annoying goth teen stereotype. I don't like it, Dan. I don't know. It just feels really cringy. Because I'm imagining somebody doing that in real life, and I'm like, bro, where's your respect? And you might be all like, oh, well, dad doesn't respect her. I wouldn't either. She's an annoying whiny bitch who keeps complaining about, oh, they're gonna get us if we don't do something. When, if she didn't exist, the murder drones wouldn't even be able to break in like they did. Wanna know why? Because despite the fact that she's saying that if we just keep letting this happen, they'll break in eventually, when she was the one who, well, being a complete dumbass, decided to walk outside the wall, which attracted murder drones and then proceeded to get multiple people killed. And then we got the final character. I don't fucking know her name. I think her name was You or something. Yeah, she sucks as a villain. She got defeated in episode 1 and then got no kills, making her a completely weak villain that I can't even take seriously. So much so that when she came back, all I thought was, God damn it, they can bring the robots back. Well, now I'm not gonna feel any engagement in this show. I mean, sure, technically there's a new villain, but so far she's barely in the show, so I can't really fairly judge her. And almost every other villain just gets defeated way too quickly, thus making them feel non-threatening. Don't get me wrong, I don't think that this show is the worst show ever. That's why I gave it the mid rank. It's just not really for me. So the time of me recording this, my most recent video is why Rose from SML sucks, and the best comment on there is this comment. It's a tad bit wordy, so you can go check out the video yourself and go read that comment for yourself. Hey, YouTube thinks you like this video on the left side, so why don't you go give it a watch? And also, why don't you watch the rest of Random Rant Season 3?